Hello again. So today we're going to go over some stretches and movements you can do kind of throughout your day when you're stuck inside with this whole virus stuff and you're having to work all day. It's so important for you to just keep moving, keep your blood flow, and keep working your bones and your muscles. So a nice way to start the day, or at actually any point, is a roll down. And you can start from the wall. So if you just find your back against the wall, your feet are about 12 inches away from the wall, having a couple of deep breaths to find length through your spine, and then nice and slowly rolling down, one vertebrae at a time, letting your arms be heavy, and then pressing that vertebrae against the wall before you roll down. And then you can hang out here for a minute, let gravity take over, shaking out the arms and the head, and then slowly rolling it back up. This is a good one if you've been sitting for a while too, and just need to move your body. You can also hold onto your elbows here, let them hang, feeling any release of tension in your shoulders, and of course a nice stretch through your hamstrings. And make sure when you come all the way up, you get that nice stretch through your cervical spine, your neck, before you lengthen all the way up. So you can add a couple of those head nods there too. With all the sitting and looking at the computer screen all day or our phones, it's good to stretch out our neck so we don't get the head forward motion. Okay. So when you do get up and take breaks throughout the day, at your kitchen counter or at your desk, you can do a cat-cow. So I'm going to use my chair as my prop today. So you can either do a cat-cow on the ground or up against your desk or counter, finding a flat back, and then initiating from the tailbone to round the spine, and then lengthening the spine out to a flat back. And then you can go into your extension, pushing down onto your counter to lift up, feeling the stretch through the chest, and then coming back down, tucking the tail, and then rounding it back up. So you can do that as many times as feels good for your body. And then feel your sits bones spread and your collarbones widen. And you can come to your flat back for one of my favorites, wag the tail. And you can just shift your tailbone from side to side, finding length through one side to feel a stretch. And you can also play with these exercises if you want to do it with your bent legs or your straight legs, wherever feels best for your body in that day. Okay. And then with our flat back, you can bring one leg forward and one leg back, but still trying to keep your hips squared. And you can bend your knees and lengthen. So you're going to feel a little bit more of a stretch through the leg that's forward. And you want to make sure the hips stay squared and they're not shifting forward. So finding the length through the side of the leg that's forward. You can also get creative and add your cat-cow here. And you can change legs. Shifting the hips, making sure they're straight. And adding your plies, your bends. Or your cat-cows. And that feels really good on me. Especially on that forward leg, gives me a nice extra stretch there. I'm going to even back out before I roll myself up to standing. Oops. Okay, so we're going to go into lunges here. So we're going to have 1 foot forward and 1 foot back. Maybe I'll go to the side here. And we're going to have your knee on top of your ankle, and then you're going to lower down and lift it up. Okay, so working your ankle, knee, calf, hip flexibility here, and also building up your strength. So maybe you're checking emails and you don't have to sit and write, or you're listening to a conference call, then you can just have a hand up on a counter and do a couple of lunges here. That'll also help you build up the strength to bring you down to the floor and then back up again. And if you feel comfortable, you can take one hand off and then find your good balance. Good. Change. Make sure we always even and do it on both sides. And as you know, flying is going to make sure your core is active, the spine is long, and we're breathing. Good. Okay. So throughout the day, we want to make sure that we're doing some rotation in our spine. We're sitting at the desk, we're a lot of forward motion, maybe focusing on contracting and extension. Might come to mind automatically, but we need to really work the rotation too. Okay? So if you're sitting in your chair, you can put your hands on your desk, and one hand on your desk, one hand on your chair, and just rotate the spine, giving yourself some good pressure to get that twist. And thinking about it rotating all the way up through your head. I feel like I'm driving a car here. And then finding some side bends too. It's a nice easy stretch. And finding the breath into your ribs. And you can also find one leg crossed on top, giving yourself a great stretch through the hips and then circling your feet. So sitting all day, we're not getting that circulation in our feet. And since you're home, you don't have to wear your shoes. You can move your toes. One side's always going to be tighter than the other. My left side is tighter. Has been for as long as I can remember. And you want to make sure that you've got a nice straight spine here when you're going through this stretch. So you can either be sitting tall, you can also hinge it forward for a deeper stretch, or you can round the spine over, and you're going to feel that in a different spot there. And just playing to what feels like a good stretch for you, and holding it for as long as you can, and then releasing. So we're going to go into saw, which is a mat exercise, and we can do that from sitting or standing or laying down on the mat. So if you're sitting on a call, you can go into your rotation. Oh, you want to make sure you're sitting at the front edge of your chair. Go into rotation, reach down towards your foot, looking over your shoulder, bringing it up, using your obliques to move you through space. And enjoying that stretch, but then also making sure that you feel your abdominals working to pull yourself up. take this up to standing. So if you'd like the support of a chair or counter, you can have that, or you can have it just standing up in space. So you can rotate your spine, and then you can either hold onto your counter, or you can come all the way down to the floor for your stretch. And then bring it up and through center. Rotate, and then bringing it down to the floor or up on your chair. And coming up. So rotate. I'm going to hold the chair for this one. And I'm looking over my shoulder. Rotate. And you can use your chair counter to give yourself some extra pull here. And bring it all the way up. Okay, so last thing tonight that we can go over is just push-ups or holding plank. Getting that full body connection and full body workout while you're at your desk. So just up either onto the balls of your feet, or you can go to your heels, wherever you feel most stable, or where you feel like you want to challenge your body that day. Finding that plank position and holding it, okay? So you want to feel your abdominals lengthening and engaged, shoulders are pulling down, and you're pushing away from your surface to get that nice full body connection. You can always come down to a flat back to finish it up. I hope you stay moving during these crazy times.